What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little while since I've posted something. I've been a little busy. I do apologize, but we have a slight problem. The 6.7 may have some bad injectors at 859,000 miles with factory ones. So today we're gonna do some tests. That's the backup truck and I'm tired of driving it. So we're gonna do an injector kill test on each injector. We're about to do a startup on it. It hasn't been started up in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So one sign of a bad injector is a nice little puff of white smoke coming out of the exhaust. After that, we're going to do a cylinder contribution test to see which injector may be working harder than the others. So without further ado, let's get started. It is about 37 or 38 degrees outside, so this should be kind of interesting. I don't know if you'll be able to catch it or not. There's a little bit of wind. Let's try it anyway. Interesting. Say that was a pretty weird startup. Out of all the years I've owned it, I don't think it's ever done that before. I've never had a check gauges light on, actually, so that's odd. But we do have a OBD link MX Plus, and we're going to be running the Alpha OBD to do the injector kill test and the cylinder contribution test once it gets up to temp or close to it. But as you see, we're at 58 degrees, so it may be a minute. The fuel pressure is looking pretty good, looking normal. Pyro is a little high, actually, to be so cold. Huh. Interesting. There was a good little bit of white bluish smoke that came out as well on startup, so we'll see. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit that button. Just hit it. We need 1,000 subscribers. I got a lot of information to throw out there, but I need to know if people are going to watch it or not. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit it all. Alrighty, we got the OBD Link MX Plus connected here to the engine. See what kind of, hopefully you guys can see this with all the sunlight. There's just a plethora of gauges to watch. Everything you could possibly think of to watch on here. So let's check out the high pressure common rail duty cycle output. so I can't watch any of those. Yeah. Let's see those. See what we got here. Degrees. Duty cycle output is just everywhere. Hopefully y'all can see that. Coolant temperature's going up kind of good. Alright, well, while we get warmed up, I don't want to have y'all wait. We're going to get to about 140 degrees. Then we're going to start testing injectors. Alright guys, so we're at 175 degrees. The test itself says you need to be at, 180, but I have a 180 degree thermostat in here. It's not going to get to that. So, I mean, it might stop at 179. Well, we're at 176 right now. Let's go ahead and start this thing. The engine must be running, must be above 180. It's not going to happen for me. But the positivity about it is, it says the test sometimes leaves the injectors in the disabled state. So, if the injector's not enabled after the test, try to run the reset ECU procedure. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. We're going to do all 6 injectors. I don't know if you guys can hear this or not, hopefully so. But if you hear anything out of the ordinary that I don't hear, just leave it down in the comments, please. It's a little windy out here, so hopefully that doesn't bother it. So, we're going to start with injector number 1. Normal. Let's go to number 2. Huh. Interesting. I think we're going to have a problem when we get to number 5 and 6, but here's number 3. Let's start it. That engine RPM dropped a little more. Number 4. About the same. We're getting into the interesting ones here. Number 5. And the one that I think might be having a problem or maybe not. Well, let's go to the high pressure fuel system test. Test all the cylinder performance issues. Let's start this. I didn't hear anything different. If y'all heard something different, let me know in the comments. Coolant tip greater than a 180. That's not going to happen. We're at 177. It's not going to get any higher. But man, I hear some knocking in there. Let's try the fuel system run-up test. I don't know if this one's going to work either because it's got to be 180. That sounds interesting. Well, let's check the fuel pressure override test. We may get something different out of this one. Interesting. Seems like it's actually running a little smoother after that one. Maybe not. Well, can't seem to find. Must be just on the newer ones. I can't do a cylinder contribution test. Interesting. Really needed to see that. Well guys, after doing the injector kill tests, after looking over the footage a couple times, I think I heard injector number 5 sounding a little different than the rest of them. So let me know in the comments what you think. Listen to it a couple times and just give me your opinion, please. I think after the fuel pressure override test that I did there, it started running a little smoother. I don't know, just up to me, seemed like it. But what we're going to do now is, I guess I'm just going to pull the injectors, you know, send them off, get them clean, get them rebuilt. We also have some ARP studs to put in it. I actually called ARP and asked them if it would be a wise decision, you know, to stick studs in this motor at 850 something thousand miles. They said fine, do it. If you're going to keep the truck, go ahead, stick them in there. It's insurance for later on down the road. But yeah, we're going to do that. And also the OBD, I'll leave the link in the description for the OBD Link MX Plus. It's very handy. Just the OBD reader itself, you can do multiple things with: clear codes, check codes, watch gauges. But in order to look at the stuff the dealership or the stealership looks at on the computers, you have to get Alpha OBD, which is, I think, it doesn't work on iOS. It's Android and Windows only. Windows, they said, doesn't work very well, but but Android works pretty good. So that being said, when I pull my injectors, I'm going to be sending them off to a company called Diesel Injectors SoCal. So I'll leave the link to them in the description as well. They rebuild injectors from the bottom to the top: solenoids, springs, nozzles. You can get factory nozzles, you can get 30% and I believe 60% over. I called them also. They seem like a very reputable company, and they're pretty cheap also. Hopefully after this video and they see it, they don't go up on their prices. Hit the subscribe button, because I'll be making another video pulling injectors, installing some head studs, and that's about it. Thanks for watching.